cut, the stitching. I'd never seen the like of it.
Let me feel it again. No matter how good things were, we'd never be able to afford such a coat.
'Twas the lucky child 'twas born for that.
Will they be round again?
There was so little, not half enough for them, as was looking for some.
How will he manage? My girls have nothing but vests and skirts. The boys are half naked.
We only entered the workhouse today. When did you get it?
'Twas this morning.
We came of the evening. 'Twas the last desperation.
I was lucky. I was out to see how my man was faring. He's on the outdoor relief. If I'd have been here, I'd have got nothing. They say we're the lucky ones.
Lucky? How can starving be lucky?
'Tis like this. Outside this place, you starve in desperation. Inside, you starve in miserable comfort.
We've noticed already.
I heard the master giving out. This place was built for 800. How am I supposed to manage 5,000, he said.
5,000? What have they here? 5 loaves and 2 fish?
Less.
Less? What can be less than 5 loaves and 2 fish?
Nothing.
Nothing? No food at all?
Last night, there was no supper for anyone. Something about the union having no money.
And before that?
The night before last, we had soup and chopped turnips for dinner.
Soup and chopped turnips? To do for 2 days?
The turnips came from the workhouse garden. That's how we were supposed to be lucky.
They said there was food in the workhouse.
That's why we came.
When did they say that?
2 days ago?
2 days is a long time in a famine.
We were walking that long.
'Tis only 6 miles, but the children were so weak.
And so cold. It was so cozy in our cabins before they were tumbled.
When was that?
Last week.
Dad says to him, doing the landlord's bidding, show me that coat again. Is this the coat of the landlord's child? What do they want? Our children to starve in miserable comfort?
'Tis not from a landlord.
Who then? 'Tis only a landlord afford this finery.
I asked who she was.
She?
The young girl giving out the clothes. Miss Kennedy, they said?
Miss Kennedy.
Yeah, she's Captain Kennedy's daughter. He's the poor law inspector for the union. Everyone says he's a kind man.
And where did she get the clothes?
She came with her father and was bothered by what she saw. So she gave away some of her own clothes, some of her mother's, made some, and got some more to give away.
'Tis a curse on us being late. Our pride wouldn't let us go into the workhouse.
I'll take the coat. It'll keep the color on my little Bridget's cheeks.
My Mary will die if I can't warm her. I can feel the death spreading through her. You've been here a while. You've managed. There'll be more.
That's what you think. 'Tis a miracle I haven't lost anyone yet. Give it back. 'Twas given to me.
Sarah, she is hers. Give it back to her.
What's going to become of us all? This wasn't to be our life. We always paid our rent when we had it. We were never beggars.
Who's that woman coming? She looks as if she has all the worries of the world, yet she walks with such dignity.
That's Mary McMahon, coming back from the inquest.
What inquest?
All 7 of them were found 2 days ago. A boy of hers was dead, the rest of them near dead.
There's people dying all over the place. I never heard tell of the inquest.
Most people die in the fever hospital, but if a body is found anywhere, they hold an inquest.
I don't understand. If you're starving to death, you'll die. Who needs to ask why?
Shush, she's coming. Come to the fire, Mrs. McMahon. 'Tisn't much, but better than outside.
Thank you, Kathleen. You're so kind. Is there any news of my husband and the youngins?
All still doing poorly in the fever hospital, I'm afraid.
We were all near dead 2 days ago. 'Tis a miracle.
There was some real miracles like food, shelter, and work.
Shush, you'll only be upsetting people. Were they kind to you outside?
Yes, they were. Everyone was very kind. The doctor, the coroner, the foreman. I gave them my evidence as best I could. I am Mary McMahon, Chapel Street, mother of the dead child, Brian. He was about 7 or 8 years old. Up to 2 years ago, we were tenants at Tullabrack on Mr. Westby's property, but then 2 years ago, the houses were tumbled and we had to take to the road. I was part of my time since begging about the world. That was the hardest part of my time. The McMahons were never beggars. Then I went into the workhouse. I was 3 weeks in the poorhouse. I came out of the poorhouse the Friday before Christmas. I left of my own accord, but the child, Brian, was still sick. I left him in the poorhouse hospital until he got better, and then I brought him out. The child was delicate, sir. I got the outdoor relief last Thursday, 2 stone 3/4 meal. My family was my husband, myself, and 5 children. I had about 5 pounds meal daily for 7 in family. 5 pounds for the 7 of us. It wouldn't answer anymore for me, sir. I never made any use of the meal but for food, except for a half stone I sold to pay the week's rent. I gave tuppence for the rent, and I gave tuppence to buy milk for my sick children. I sold a can I had for 2 shillings, and I pawned my husband's coat for 2 shillings. I had yellow meal in the house the day the child died, but he couldn't eat it. Why didn't I report the child's death to police? I couldn't leave the house. My husband, myself, and my family were all too weak to leave the house. It was the want of food that caused all our sickness. What day was it when the child died, sir? What day? The days are long for the hungry, sir. I can't quite remember. 4, maybe 5 days ago. The child was as fine a child as could be seen.
There now, hush. They were kind and gentle. They understood.
Kindness and gentleness. I wouldn't care if they were the devil's messenger if they put food on the table.
I'm sorry. I've been burdening you all with my troubles, and you all have your burdens to bear as well.
We've not gone so far as to be found here dead. Yet, Miss McMahon. I never thought it would come to this. I never had to beg before. For anything. So much has changed. For all of us.
We're still human beings.
What has brought us to this sorry path? Why are our men not out fighting?
You know, I asked my husband that same question when the houses were tumbled, and he told me what the priest once said.
What did the priest say? Give thanks to God the potatoes didn't go black every year?
No. The priest told him that Napoleon was a great soldier, and this great soldier Napoleon said that an army marches on its stomach.
But soldiers march on their feet. That doesn't make sense.
I couldn't follow it for a while, but it's simple. To have fighting spirit, you need a full belly, and there isn't a man of ours has a full belly.
True for you. Our men are so weak, they're just lying down to die.
Is it news of my husband? Bad news? Not the worst.
Worse than the worst.
My poor, poor husband. Which of the children? The children? But there were 4 still living.
It was the fever in the hospital. It took them all within minutes of one another.
Oh, I don't believe it. It can't be true. It's not true. I've lost a husband and 5 children in 1 week. We kept ourselves alive, struggling in the open for 2 years. And now within walls that look strong and safe, they're all lost. Has God deserted us totally?
God will give you strength, Mrs. McMahon.
Ha! If there is a God.
Hush, this is not the time for such things.
What's wrong with us? We're accepting things so bad that we could never imagine them as our due, as if we were entitled to be poor, as if we were made to be beggars. Well, I wasn't.
Keep your spirit going, Alana. I pray that it will sustain you.
How can you find it in your heart to do that after all your troubles?
We have to fight for spirit. We have to work for spirit. We have to pray that God will sustain us some way, somehow.
Well, what do you do now, Mrs. McMahon?
I've lost everything. My home, my husband, my children. There's nothing left for me. I'm going to take the boat to America and go into service there.
But why America?
We can't all wait for the fever to just sweep the lot of us away. If we all die, there will be no one to tell our story. And it must be told. It must be told. It must be told. It must be told.
Was that it?
Yep.